Starting Up and to a very special episode. We told you all about Protodotin last week and now we are here in Pune for this big event. It's the biggest event for the startup community, and as you can see behind me, it's 9 a.m. in the morning and the buzz is already in the air. The stalls are filling up. There are over 500 participants here today, and over the next half hour, we're going to bring you all the action from Protodotin.
Protodotin is India's premier startup event which gives startups a platform to showcase themselves to investors, customers and partners alike.
This industry is about innovation. We do an end-to-end solution.
So our product is when we create millions of these bubbles.
We influence the influencer.
The 6th edition of Protodotin saw the event come to Pune for the first time, and the response from Pune's startup community was tremendous.
We're now joined by our very own Sudhir Syal from Starting Up. Sudhir always has his ear to the ground and knows anything and everything that's happening in the startup world. And so naturally, he's been very closely associated with this event and knows, of course, a lot of the people here today. Sudhir, it is sold out. There's a lot of excitement in the air. One can just feel it. Tell us a little bit more about the inception, how it all began.
You're right, Abba, it's amazing that it's sold out. When the event actually started over a coffee table, over a tissue paper, so they were one entrepreneur, another entrepreneur were discussing how there are no other entrepreneurs to speak to and to share their problems with. And that's how the first edition of Proto, and it was called Proto because it was a prototype, right? It was a prototype for something they'd been planning for a long time. And it's then moved across now 4 cities, and it's the 6th edition, and sold out is a banner that's never there on a startup event.
Oh, fantastic. So tell us a little bit more. What can we look forward to today?
So something what everyone is looking forward to is the Proto Showcase, which actually starts at in about an hour or so. And Proto is going to have 15 of the hottest startups across the country. And for the first time, they've moved away from web and software, which are the 2 general sectors. So there's startups from the field of auto, manufacturing, clean technology, probably a more pure reflection of the actual state of the Indian startup scenario across the country.
Alright, so as you can see, lots to look forward to. We've got the showcase event, we've also got a Facebook garage to take you through, we've got a panel discussion later on as well, and where we'll interact with a number of VCs. So do stay tuned because there's a lot coming to you from Protodotin. Let's get started.
Yes, get started we did. And the energy all around was palpable as registrations went on. Inside, the auditorium filled up with over 600 people. Entrepreneurs, wannabe entrepreneurs, angel investors and venture capitalists. Starting up the event was a debate on intellectual property between well-known IP expert Dr. Protodotin Ganguly and entrepreneur Vishal Gondal. A keynote address followed, and this set up the event perfectly for the most awaited section, the showcase. Yes, 6 minutes each for 14 of the hottest startups in India to go out there and demo their products. And what a start it was, with Vardanchi literally sweeping the audience off their feet with their custom-made motorcycles. Following Vardanchi were startups from sectors such as education, software, internet, mobile and clean technology. One of the other highlights was Touch Magics, which also launched its new product, 3D Magic Sense, a 3D sensing technology, at the event. After all the pitches and all the excitement, in this case, there was a calm after the storm. Who were the audience favorites then?
Touch Magics, surely.
Touch Magics,
Vardanchi Bikes,
Touch Magics,
Go Vasool, High Car Technologies,
Go Vasool.
And the all-important investors, what were their views?
Consistently, the companies that have been now emerging to the top have a very sound technology, a technology that is world-class, and the fundability of these companies seem much higher because they have thought through the business model much more.
What's really interesting is that for the first time we are seeing a lot of innovation which is not only centered around information technology and not only centered around the internet,
And who were they going to evaluate investing in?
If I were to put money into these startups, I think more than 3 of these companies would actually qualify.
I'm not looking at the guys in front of the stage. I'm looking at the guys behind the camera and around the stage. I think they're more interesting.
Finally, it was time for the Proto Awards. And the awards went to Bricks, an online education platform, and Touch Magics, the high-tech media company. This now gives them an opportunity to make an all-important pitch to the Mumbai Angels. Hustle, chaos and hyperactive energy. Exhausting, no doubt, but worthwhile.
Innovative ideas and simple but effective. I think some of them would we will get to hear about it.
I'm surprised with the amount of energy in the system, given the fact that there's a recession and given the fact that there's so much bad news. There's so many companies coming up with so much technology, innovation and so much attitude. That's great.
The starting up spirit is certainly alive and kicking. And well, we're definitely looking forward to the next edition.
But today at Proto, it seems fairly clear that the IT sphere is no longer as hot as it used to be. Newer, more inclusive sectors are innovating in a big way, and they seem to be getting all the right nods.
I'm now with Ankush Gupta of Vigyapan, and Ankush has actually founded this company based on a research project that he was doing at Carnegie Mellon. Let's talk to Ankush about what his business is all about. Ankush, run us through.
So Vigyapan has a mobile analytic product in which we identify social influencers. We call these queen bees. Now they are the people who either talk to a lot of people or a lot of people talk to them. So what we influence the influencer so that viral marketing takes place, eventually resulting in increase in product adoption.
So as a consumer, should I see this as a good thing that I may get less spam, or a bad thing that I might be identified as one of those people that needs to be inundated with material?
Well, I think it's a good thing, because if you are getting less spam, that's what you want. And if you are a queen bee, a social influencer, then you are getting stuff which is incentivized for you. So it's a win-win situation.
Ankush, how are you looking to take this forward? Are you talking to VCs or looking for funding at the moment?
Well, as of now, we are not looking at funding. We want to completely deploy the product with a leading telecom operator whom we are working with, test it out and then commercially launch it. Only then will we look at funding.
So Ankush has a definite plan in action there, and if you want to get your plan in place and are wondering how to do it, perhaps this will help you. Very soon you're going to be able to do a lot of startup exercises there on Facebook. Sahil Mane of Technoholics, joining us for the first time on Starting Up, takes us through the Facebook Developers Garage.
The act of surfing Facebook when you're supposed to be working. Social not working. If you're an entrepreneur or dream of starting a company, the half hour you spend surfing Facebook daily can be your shortcut to success. The Facebook Garage will learn various ways to monetize your favorite social network.
Advertising is one such example. Using ad networks is another example. But another avenue that's really popular on Facebook platform is microtransactions. Another avenue is actually having users pay for those applications.
So what exactly does it take to monetize Facebook?
The first mover advantage is definitely over. Now you have to come up with great idea. If you're an Indian, there are not so many apps that target India, so it's still possible to go out there and get users, but it's much harder than it was at the beginning.
There is this particular monetizing app that Flash-based apps can use. So every time a Flash game opens up, this particular ad shows up. So these are some of the common, easy ways to actually make money.
I think even today, if you are able to engage your users for a long enough time, then you still have an opportunity to make decent revenues out of it.
What about the challenges to building a successful Facebook application?
Every person who's using your app should, on an average, invite 1.4 more people to add on to the app. And if that's not happening, the app goes up and then it goes down. It's easy to get started, but my belief is that it's hard to make a significant amount of, make a living out of building a Facebook app, at least today.
So this is how you can spend your time on Facebook making some money on the side rather than socially not working.